Okay, fellas, look. It's obvious that we can't beat them on track. I think that's clear to... Didn't I tell you guys to wear black? Everyone's going to be able to see you. If you've got nothing to wear, mate, just let me know. I have tons of Aussie Villa merchandise no one buys. Yeah, mate, just let me know. I've got boxes of it for you. But look, anyway, let's get in there and just disrupt. I don't know, I'll take a dump in Verstappen's cockpit. That'll annoy him. Yes, mate, of course that's mature of me. Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Forza Ferrari. It is the Australian Grand Prix today, the third race of the season, of course. It is Piastri's home race as well as my own. Giovinazzi's just sort of a tag along. We've had two races so far. Of course, Red Bull have come first and second in both. We have come third and fourth, and I'm not sure how we're going to beat them other than just sneak in and take dumps in their cars. It's mature. It is mature. I guarantee you it's mature enough. But yeah, we can see the driver standings there. Each Red Bull drivers had a win. Each of our drivers has had a podium. Piastri's ahead thanks to a fastest lap. And yeah, pit stops. Look at this. That's just... It's bathed in the glory of 4 points from 2 races. Magnificent stuff. There's nothing else that's new on the car. We have some new things. See, after this race, there's some new designs that'll be ready to manufacture. But as of this race... we have nothing to bring, unfortunately. Let's go and have a quick look at our performance targets. We're not expecting any rain. Circuit map is there. Red Sector 1, Blue Sector 2, and yellow is Sector 3 when we come to qualifying. It's a Jeddah-ish, I think, this track these days, isn't it? With the changes that they've made. High speed, top speed is what's needed. Time considerations, 19 seconds for a green flag stop, 15 for a safety car. So it is like Jeddah, isn't it? It's another one-stop, medium to hard. Now, I can't remember if last year we did an extra stop because the soft tyre is the best part of a second a lap faster, and the pit stop time lost isn't huge. So if we get a safety car, then it's a bit of a no-brainer. But we'll see. And of course, we have... Look at that. We've won twice here. We have a very, very good record at where are we? That's Adelaide. That's the 80s. Very good record at Albert Park. So, yeah, we'll keep that in mind. Maybe the extra stop and avoiding the hard tyre might be something of use to us. But anyway, let's go and have a look at our performance targets here. I'm talking myself into that extra stop already. I can already feel it. So reach Q3, one car in the top 4. We should be able to do that. We're going to do it. We're going to do a 2-stop. We're going to start on a medium. We're going to hopefully break a big enough gap that we're going to get stuck in traffic, then go soft on the way home. Anyway, spoiler alert for the race. Finishing position, what was it? One car in the top 4. One car in the top 6 for qualifying for the next 2 races. One car in the top 6. We should be able to do that. And yeah, that is all looking very, very good. All right, to Melbourne. So there we go. Those are the weather conditions confirmed. I will go and do free practice and see you for qualifying. Alright, so we've done free practice, and the results aren't too bad, to be honest. It's been very up and down with sort of who's up there with ourselves in Red Bull. So you can see Mercedes had a good FP1 session with Norris topping it. We were 4th, 5th and 6th even, and you can see everybody down there. Now, interestingly, Teo Porcher, note him right down there in 19th, because when we get to FP3, he's a bit of a surprise packet. Now, FP2, worryingly, the Red Bulls are up there on a medium tyre, but again, that we've got a Mercedes and Aston Martin's up there, a Williams, a McLaren and Alfa Romeo. So it's very sort of up and down, hit and miss as to who's up there. And then FP3, Porcher, randomly up there in 3rd with Leclerc as well. So, yeah, I mean, Bottas is looking quick. Tsunoda's put in some good laps. So, I mean, it's difficult to know exactly who is and who isn't going to be competitive, because the Mercedes really did drop away. So, yeah, it should be an interesting qualifying session. Now, I'm very, very tempted to put in a new engine for this race. The reason I'm not going to do it, I don't think, is because I don't think anybody else will do it. So whilst we'll have an engine bonus here, I think we'll just end up paying that back later in the season. I think we've seen that before. So the good news is that we nailed both setups, so Q1 shouldn't be a problem. Let's hope that's the case. Alright, so it was actually a little bit close. I almost came back. I actually missed the button to go on board, and he was already done his lap by the time I got there. But Piastri was in the drop zone, and we had to do a second run. He must have got held up, I think. But anyway, Elswell's at Emwell, so we're 3rd and 4th. And the Alpines are both out, along with the McLaren, and of course the Haas's as well. Alright, now we are on board with Piastri, who once again is in the drop zone. Now, he did get badly held up through this sort of corner here. I'm assuming it was Stroll. It was an Aston Martin. It's always Stroll, isn't it? So, Giovinazzi, yeah, I'm not completely convinced that he needed to come out, and he's not doing a particularly good lap anyway. What caught me out a little bit with Piastri in the first run, and thankfully I did actually send him out, is what doesn't usually happen is everybody gets quicker in the second run, which is typically what happens in real life, but in the game it doesn't tend to happen, whereas it very much did happen. So yes, I said, luckily I did send Piastri out, and let's see if he's going to get himself back in. He goes second fastest. Go on, Oscar. So comfortably through again, and Porcher goes out this time, and both the Astons, so it's no real surprises there probably. So let's go to Q3, see where we're starting. Alright, so here we go. Piastri second, Giovinazzi third. Verstappen's pulled out a bit of a lap there, hasn't he? A 17.5. That's insane, because the 17.9 is what he was doing before this session, so he's absolutely pulled out a lap. And will do very well to beat that, I would think, but it would be nice to stay ahead of Russell and get one of our cars on the front row. We've both gone faster in the first sector. Now, our first run was on used tyres, so this is a new tyre we're on now. Giovinazzi not nailed that middle sector. Leclerc has gone ahead of him, and let's see if well, Piastri's on a good lap, but Giovinazzi's in front of him on the road. Let's see exactly what we're going to get here out of us. Checkered flag is out. Can Giovinazzi go ahead? He can. He goes second. Here comes Piastri. Piastri stays third. Now, what is George Russell doing? George Russell is on a good lap. Is he going to ruin our day here? Potentially. He might knock us off the front row, I think. I mean, a second row start would be fine, but it'd be just annoying, isn't it? We just can't beat a Red Bull. Here we go. What's he done? Front row. Excellent. Yay, Red Bull. And it only got better because Perez put in a lap right at the end there, so he goes fourth. Piastri will start the race fifth. So, decent starting positions. We'll see what our two-stop strategy can do. Alright, so, strategy. I am increasingly... I've talked myself 100% into this. Now, I might be about to talk myself out of it when I see how much you could push tyres there anyway. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look. We could do almost the entire race on a big push. I just think the hard tyre was quite a bit slower than the soft. So I just wonder. So we're going to come in with what? 10 laps? That's a few laps to go yet. I like that. I think I'm going to do it. And do we commit with both cars? Do I? How convinced of this am I? I think I'm convinced enough. I think I am convinced enough. So we have a race time of 1:18.31. Now that can be a little bit misleading, of course. There is the chance of getting stuck in traffic and all that kind of stuff. But this is looking like... So it's faster. This is saying it's faster. Which kind of makes it just a bit of a no-brainer, doesn't it? Alright, let's hope we can get some overtaking done if we need to. Alright, welcome back. As ever, a big thank you to all the Patreon and channel members for their ongoing support. It's greatly appreciated. It really, really is. But let's see. I think the key to this strategy is going to be getting a good start, but we're going to have to try and pull. We know it's I'll tell you what, Giovinazzi absolutely flying off the line here. It's going to be trying to pull that 19 seconds on as many cars as possible. I think the key to this strategy is not getting stuck in traffic, essentially. And in order to do that, we need to make sure that we have... the soft-tired Russell could be a problem. But yeah, we need to make sure that we have that gap, that it's not going to become a problem. You know, if cars are behind us, then they aren't traffic, are they? So that's that. I think everything relies on that. But if we can, yes, stay with the Red Bulls. If they are going to go into a hard tyre later on, yes, we need to make up 19 seconds on them somewhere, assuming that our pit stops are good, which is probably a big assumption given what we've seen so far from us. But yeah, well, let's hope that that we can. We're going to do full push on the tyres till we get to DRS. I could really do with Piastri getting himself past Perez here, if I'm honest, but yeah, we'll just back it off a little bit because we are essentially at DRS now. And we don't need to cook these tyres completely before we even start. But anyway, we need to get Piastri past Perez as quickly as possible. And then, yeah, just pull out that gap to everybody else. Alright, so Piastri has eventually got past Perez. Took a couple of DRS zones, but just a quicker car, DRS open. And yes, that's him past. Hopefully, we don't get DRS back down the main straight. Alright, so a little quick update here. Piastri is, we're really trying to catch him up to the back of these cars. We can't have both cars come in the same lap anyway, or that looks like maybe they were... No, this looks like Piastri was extending a little bit more anyway. But I really want him into this train, and ideally, I don't want that Mercedes there. But I think we're going to drag him into this battle anyway. But we've just entered the DRS, so that is good. We'll try and hopefully stay there if we can, and drain the temperature out of the tyres a little bit. You'll see with Giovinazzi, we're saving fuel, we're harvesting him up, and he's just staying with the Red Bulls, which is great. The other, what I'm hoping to do here a little bit as well, is push the Red Bulls a little bit further on their tyres than perhaps they want to. We are obviously able to go as hard as we want. We just dropped down again. We just can't quite, with Piastri, catch this this battle. But anyway, Giovinazzi's in a really, really good position here right now, just sort of saving up, and we just need, the Red Bulls look like they've just taken off actually, so that's not great. Or is Giovinazzi, what has just happened there, that they're suddenly a second up the road, and we are struggling. That's really weird. Anyway, hopefully Giovinazzi can catch him back up. And
yeah, copy.
That is just bizarre. Did they do a massive push lap? Who was off the pace there? So no. Giovinazzi's made a mistake because he's a second slower all of a sudden. He better have made a mistake. Hopefully there was nothing wrong with the car. So this is, I think, a good thing for our race. Charles Leclerc, in out of 6th, has hit the wall and is out. Now, there was no safety car. Though that look of that crash suggests maybe there should be.
Yep, copy.
But anyway, it's as you were. We've almost, excuse me, almost got the Red Bulls back into within DRS range. Alright, so we have done it. We've got everybody in DRS range now. Unfortunately, Verstappen has somewhat checked out, which is not ideal. But Giovinazzi is ahead of George Russell on the soft tyre. Now, if we look at our gap, we need 19 seconds. So we're 3 seconds off, which means we would need 22 seconds. So we're sort of at Bottas. Now, another couple of seconds here, and we could come out in 9th. And there's a big gap there as well. If we do come out ahead of Stroll, we've got 7 seconds to use the soft tyres and really push into. So that is all looking very good. George Russell should be coming into the pits any moment here. Now, there he is peeling off anyway. And yeah, so let's see. We're into our pit window with Giovinazzi, so he can go on a bit of a full send. And yeah, we'll see. Piastri is going a little bit longer, although in truth he could come in pretty much any time. It's not the same lap as Gio. So that's all looking good. Perez, annoyingly, not going away. He is still right there. Yeah, and we could do with Piastri being able to stick with Gio in his DRS, but Gio's just got better tyres from basically a better start to the race. We've had to push Piastri a little bit harder to get him ahead of Perez, and then sort of keep him up ahead of Perez and try to catch the front three. And yeah, so he's sort of paying a little bit of a price for that now, and Perez is all likelihood going to go past him here. So we might be in a situation where maybe we harvest up for a couple of laps, and then we push on. What's Perez's lap times like? Perez is doing good lap times. He's probably the fastest man on track, so we could do worse than sit behind him, harvest up, and yeah, use that a little bit later on. But anyway, pit stops are not too far away. We'll be back for those. Alright, so Russell has pit. Now, Russell has come out onto a soft tyre. Now, that means he's gone soft, so he is two-stopping as well. Now, he is going to be on the medium tyre at the end, so we've got a little bit of an advantage there. Now, what we're doing here is we're going to bring Piastri in first because his tyres are in that worse condition, and hopefully the plan here, try and get the undercut on Perez as well. So let's see if we get a good stop, and then Giovinazzi will be coming in next lap. Off on go. Oh, it's our first bad one of the year. It's 4.6. I mean, we are going to get mistakes. We're not going to be perfect every time. But yeah, there's... See, that's really frustrating. That is just very frustrating. We're going to lose. We lost 2 seconds in the pits. We're going to lose at least another 5 or 6 stuck behind these Muppets now. All right, let's deploy. We need to get that done, please, Oscar. Giovinazzi's coming in this lap. Here he comes. Now, let's hope that we have got the bad one out of the way. We've got a yellow flag. That's a safety car. I'll be annoyed. Off on go. Ricciardo's locked up. 2.5. And where's that put us? Just behind Russell. But ahead of ahead of that little clamour of cars that was there. So that's not too bad. All right, let's deploy. Let's see what we get. We've overtaken Stroll, so we have the free air that we needed now. So Piastri's done a pretty good job there. DRS assisted, no doubt, and he is he's got 2 seconds on them already. Absolutely flying up the road is Oscar. So yeah, that's so far so good. Be interesting to see what Verstappen does. If he is going to... That suggests, with his tyre usage, he's on a 1-stop. So Russell might actually prove to be our main competition in this race. We'll have to see how it shakes out as Piastri does fastest lap. Go on, Oscar. Alright, so most cars have come in for a pit stop at this point. It's Verstappen and Perez out front that haven't. Now they're doing 23s, so Giovanazzi's about to come across now, and we've done 21s, 21s. So we are the best part of 2 seconds a lap faster. Now, obviously, we have to make up 19 seconds. We're going to do that in 10 laps. So the 2-stop is looking like it's going to work, but equally, I don't know that anybody else other than George Russell is on it. And he's chonking through his tyres, which suggests he's going to come out into a hard tyre to do the last stint. It's going to be a medium or a hard. Either way, we're going to have a tyre advantage over him. Now, he does have a little bit of a gap. He's 2 seconds ahead of Giovinazzi, who is 6 seconds ahead of Piastri. Not quite sure. Oh, the pit stop is where Piastri lost all his time, isn't it? So, yeah. I don't know. I don't know that we're going to be able to get both cars on the podium, although we're already... Verstappen would come out behind us, us being Piastri here. I think we're on the right strategy, unless it's a badly timed safety car or something for us. I think the strategy is going to work out, because we're already almost got a pit stop to 5th and back. Yeah, let's see. This is it. And we're very much catching George Russell as well. So we are absolutely flying behind George Russell, and we're harvesting, and we might even get an overtake done while we're harvesting. That's Perez just up the road. The one thing that might hold us back here is if Russell gets Perez's DRS. I'm not too concerned about it because we're on the same strategy and we know we've got a tyre advantage over him. So I'd rather charge up the battery here and, yeah, like I say, I think what's going to happen is we might get a bit of a DRS train here, but we're both going to be that much faster than Perez. It's not going to be a problem. And, yeah, we've pretty much charged up most of the battery there. So that's all very good. Fastest lap for Norris, which is annoying, but we should be able to beat that on the final stint with one of our cars. And yeah, we might even, you know what, if we deploy, I wonder if we could even do a double overtake here, because we've got such a tyre advantage on both these cars. Can we get it down the outside as Russell tries to put a move on Perez? Can't make that stick, and instead of overtaking Perez, he's been overtaken, and this should be candy from baby stuff down the front straight. And Giovinazzi has pulled a blinder there. You'll have DRS again. And on he goes. Only 7 seconds behind Max Verstappen, and we've both got 1 stop to make. And we're going to have so much quicker tyres. Alright, so Verstappen has come in the pits. He is the last car to make his his first stop, I should say. There's a lot of medium tyres. There's a couple of cars that just come in and put on the softs. Leclerc actually wasn't out of the race, which is probably why there was no safety car. But so Verstappen, so is he going to go soft? Or is he going soft to the end? He could, in theory, be going soft to the end. he's going to be quick now, but obviously we're going to have better, softer tyres that we can push a lot harder towards the end. So he is, where's the leader? He's 13 seconds behind Giovinazzi. Let's see what happens there. And yeah, we're catching Russell with Piastri at about a second a lap, so it's not going to be long before we could well be first and second, only half a second that lap. I mean, it could be down to the wear rate of the tyres as well. Yeah, this is... I'm confused what Verstappen's doing now. Surely he's not going to do soft. He must be trying to get to the end, but it's very, very early. I mean, you can do it. He just won't be able to push them very hard. But anyway, we're not too far away from our final stops now. All right, now, George Russell has just come in the pit. I'm looking at the gap, so say 20 seconds to round things up. We've got multiple... Okay, a safety car now, with both Red Bulls having pitted under the green, would be very nice. Doesn't look like that's going to happen, but what have we got here? It's right at the back. It's the Hasses. It's always the Hasses or Stroll, isn't it? And on this occasion, that seemed a bit over the top. Oh, it's everybody's piling in now. But anyway, back to the race at the front. What we're doing is we're just going to do extreme push. They're coming in for soft tyres, so we're going to have better soft tyres than them anyway. George Russell's come out on a medium, in fact. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. And we lost a second to Verstappen. A little bit more the previous lap. So we'll go, yeah, as I said, full push. We'll come in a little bit earlier than expected, but it'll mean that we're already going to have better tyres. We'll lose a little bit less time. And yeah, we'll see how we go. Piastri may, in fact, need to come in this lap to stick those on. And then Giovinazzi's going to have a couple of laps further that he can go. But we need a better stop from us this time, don't we? Those 4 seconds or so. I mean, it's not just the pit stop loss; it's then the time that he lost behind the other two. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if it's going to work out for us or not. But here we go. Harvest coming in. Let's see what we get out of the pits crew this time around. And that's more like it. 2 seconds faster. It should bring us out somewhere around Russell. Are we ahead of Russell? No, not quite, but we're closer than we were, in truth. So that works out not too badly. We'll take it off Harvest now as well. Try and run him down. And then Giovinazzi. This Bottas sticks in a fastest lap. He will come in, not this lap. We'll go past the pits, and then the next lap we should be able to bring him in. And if he gets a good stop, he's going to come out, where's he going to come out? Behind Perez. So, yeah, we'll see what happens there. But Piastri is in... It's going to be difficult to see. We're going to need... Obviously, we need to overtake him. The Mercedes are going to have to do us a little bit of a favour, I think, and hold him up for Piastri to get in. And then, hopefully, with Giovinazzi... Yeah, I mean, he wasn't losing huge amounts of time to Verstappen. He is going to come out behind him, and probably Perez as well. But let's see. Off on go. We've got another good one. 2.5. So there goes Verstappen. The Mercedes are coming down the straight now. We might lose out to Perez. Are we going to get him? We get out in second. So that is huge. Perez, I assume, is right there. He is right there. But on that sense, it's job done. We've got better tyres. I'm assuming we have, yeah, much better tyres. And let's see now, we've got 10 seconds to try and run down Verstappen for the win. And Piastri's got to run down, he's got a little bit more work to do if he's going to get on the podium. But let's see what he can do. Alright, so Piastri has got one out of the way as he goes, swoops around the outside of Lando Norris on his old mediums. A little bit close there for comfort and truth. But, yeah, job done. Up to 5th now for Piastri. Oh, it's a virtual safety car. Virtual safety car. What has happened? We don't know quite yet. But we will conserve and save and charge and all those sorts of things. Porsche has crashed and is out. He's a bit of a nightmare of a race from a car. Looked like it had a little bit of pace.
Safety car.
Alright, so virtual safety car is about to end. And then we'll get a bit of an idea of where we stand. Now, tyre temperatures have gone down, which is quite crucial because that means we can push that much harder again. We're going to go and have a go for fastest lap here as well with both, excuse me, with both cars while we have a little bit of battery. And of course, what that'll do is help us close the gap for, hopefully anyway, to Verstappen. And on the side of Piastri, it'll help him sort of hopefully pull away from Norris and then pull up to the back of Perez and Russell, who we can see are just up ahead there. So do we have any purple sectors? Not yet. Only a green for Giovinazzi, which is not quite ideal, but anyway, he's pulling in the gap to Verstappen. It's down to 7 seconds. 10 laps to go. Who's out? It must be, it is Giovinazzi, so we'll stick him back on a top-up. He does fastest lap. Can Piastri go and nick it off him? No, he cannot. So well done, Giovinazzi. He's won that one. And now we'll sort of settle back in and try and get these extra positions. Podium is not far away here for Piastri, is it? It's right there. He needs to get very quick work of Perez, though. Alright, Piastri has put the move that he needed to on Perez. Round the outside, just better tyres, better car, better driver. Go on, Oscar. And look at Russell, he's right there. And with a double dose of DRS, I wonder if we could get him this lap. It doesn't look like it, so we'll keep harvesting up, actually. And my hope here, because Russell's on older tyres, isn't he? On medium tyres as well. So he should be quite a relatively simple overtake for Piastri. So we'll sit him here for a bit. He's not going to go any further up than third. So we'll sit him there for a bit. We will try and harvest up. And then once we get clear, we try and break the DRS is the plan. Giovinazzi is sticking in some good lap times. So he was really taking some life out of his tyres to try and do that. He has very good tyres. And Verstappen's tyres aren't great. They're worse than even Piastri's are. So it could be a very interesting end to this race yet, but we are running out of time. We need Giovinazzi. Just keep going, mate. Just keep going. Alright, so Piastri now has a fully charged battery. We will sort of let the overtake happen naturally, and then once it does, we'll use our battery to pull away. I've decided to absolutely go for it with Giovinazzi, try and get to the back of Verstappen in these last 4 laps, and if we do it, then brilliant. Alright, let's go here actually, because we should get double DRS. So if we can get the move done in this first part, then we'll have... not quite. But we should get it done down this straight. That is Piastri up to third, is it? He should have the inside line, battery, tyres, everything. So Piastri is on the podium. We've got both cars on the podium right now. Can Giovinazzi run down Verstappen without completely destroying his tyres in the process? 4 seconds, 3 laps. Or more or less 3 laps. We're about to come around to start. 3 laps to go. He's probably gonna destroy his tyres before he gets there, but we'll take that on the chin. Piastri is not quite broken, completely free of Russell yet, so let's use some more of his tyre up. As Russell might be going to come back past. He has, or has he? Let's go back on board here. It looks like, where are we? He's there. Get him back, Oscar. Come on, mate. Come on. If it's not here, we're going to have to... Where's the detection point for DRS? I think we were behind, so we should have the double DRS, and that will almost certainly... Oh, we haven't. Russell's got it. Well, that surprises me, I've got to say. We are in front, though, and it's going to be difficult to keep him behind, isn't it? But up front, the gap now is down to 2.8 seconds. What do we got? 2 laps to go. Just go for it, Oscar. Just go for it. Don't worry about your tyres, mate. Let's see. So they're very much overheating, Mr. Lambazzi, but GP as he's called. But we don't care. We are going for the line. And we need to try and keep Russell behind us. And what sort of lap times is... Verstappen's trying to respond. There he is there. We're a second a lap faster. But the problem we have is that we're 2 seconds behind and we're about to start the last lap. we'll just deploy. If we have it, we'll deploy it and use it. And here it is, the final lap of the race. We're not going to quite get there, are we? We're just going to fall short. Verstappen has responded that lap. Maybe the real interest here is this one. And can we keep... Oh, can we keep the Red Bull behind us? Go on, Oscar, stick it in there again. Alright, the issue we have is that we have no battery, and I think we're going to be in front. What we will do, though, is if you always defend, please, mate. You defend that for your life. And... Oh, let's go off board. Let's go off board. Come on, Oscar. Come on, Oscar. He has... Oh, he's going around the outside of him. Fight him off, mate. Fight him off. Oh, he's done it. He's got him. He's got him. It's going to be Giovinazzi second and Piastri just at the end. Can he get him back? I don't think. It's not long enough this straight. It's second and fourth. We were that close to beating one of the Red Bulls with both cars. Well, massive positives there. We've beaten one of the Red Bulls. We were not far away from Verstappen. We've shown that we can race with them. The two-stop strategy was definitely the way to go, I think. And yeah, there we go. And fastest lap in there as well for Gio. So that means we are still third and fourth. We've taken a little bit out of George Russell's lead there with Giovinazzi. And the constructors, it's going to be very, very difficult to beat Red Bull over the course of a season. We're certainly going to go for it. The new game comes out, by the way, July 23rd. So we've got a little bit of time here to try and... we've got 3 more points. This is nosebleed stuff for the pit stops. And we're up to 6 now. The points are above my head. We've never been in this sort of... this heights before. So Piastri improves to an 83 rated driver, which is very nice. And yeah, now there's a bit of a gap here, isn't there? 25 days. So we are going to have new parts on the car for Azerbaijan. I believe it is a sprint weekend as well. And like I was saying, new game comes out July 23rd. That gives us a little bit of time. There's a school half-term break as well in the UK. So what I'm going to try and do is we'll maybe do some extra episodes to get through the season before the new one comes out. But yeah, no promises on that. But I'll definitely try my best because it looks like it's going to be a cracking season between ourselves and Red Bull. We're right there. Only 3 races gone. Plenty of time for things to turn around. And yeah, well, Azerbaijan's going to be a big race because if we're bringing big upgrades, no doubt other teams are as well. And that's going to give us a real idea of where we sit. So until then, guys, I'm Aussie Bill, and thank you so much for watching. Take care.